Dukes win, and they will take the kickoff. We are underway.
Good job, Bradley.
Moving it around the back line. A lot of space. Pushing it up was Fisher. She will dump it off into the middle. Little contact. Both of these teams come in with 4 wins. JMU 4-2-3 on the season. The Monarchs 4-1-2, both of which have had draws in their first conference action. Monarchs against App State, a 1-1 tie. Coastal Carolina ended up in a tie with JMU. Jamie Suarez set to throw it in for the Dukes. Popped up into the air. Knocked down, a little bit of a collision there. Down goes Arndt, the former Monarch. Seems a little limpy, but is all right. No cards coming out yet. It'll just be a free kick, taken very quickly by Grega. It'll come back to Grega. Valk now in the center of the defense, but we're to the left side. Trying to find some space, but can't find anything. That ball knocked down and taken away. Good defense by Thriso. Monarchs being patient. We'll play it back a little bit. Headed down in the air, shielded off by McCormick for Old Dominion, but eventually won by the Dukes. Grega will play it back to the aforementioned preseason Sun Belt all Sun Belt goaltender, and Sophia DeSerb, our first touch. Going to be a throw for JMU. Aerial volleying going on both sides. There's Kula playing it ahead. Tipped up, Balcazar got a head on it. Still loose, looking for Mullen, who got a piece but couldn't get all of it, and Valk will safely play it back to DeSerb. Monarchs trying to keep the pressure on, can't quite get a hold of it. Oh, almost a breakout. That was a good look. Trying to get that, I think that was Fieldson. Now here comes Lackey. Lackey into the box, will drop it off to the left side. Lackey trying to get position in the inside. Arndt has it, will drop it back. Well, Yang will play it up to Arndt again. Arndt crosser into the box, tipped. It is too wide though. Bit of a challenge, but not too much for Goodrich. A little wide now, a big collision. It's Grega. I think that was Grega in a collision with Balcazar. Dangerous ball, but the angle wasn't there. So it'll go down. It may have been tipped, but it's not going to go down as a save or a shot. So still zeros on the scoreboard all the way across. This will be a throw for the Dukes and deep into Monarch territory. Suarez trying to find somewhere to go with it. Gets it right in front of her to Fieldson. Right back to her. Here's Fieldson to the left side. Jenny Lackey's over there, but that ball's too far in front of her. It'll be a throw, not a corner, a throw for the Dukes though. Pressure being put on by JMU early going. Fieldson knocks it back to Lackey. Here's Swartz, will rotate it back around. Cassidy to the far side for Arndt. JMU being disciplined. Lackey trying to put a little bit of pressure on here. Cooley gets it up ahead, but because of the pressure, he got it up ahead to no one, and it'll go out of bounds for a throw. It'll be tipped by JMU, so that's why it went to no one. It'll be a throw-in. McIntarfer gets it in. Balcazar, neat little touch there, trying to get it up ahead, looking for space. Here is Thriso. Can't find much. He drops it off to Lutz. Lutz under pressure, can't keep it alive. Dukes will take it away. Played back into the box to Serb, keeps her calm. Ooh, dangerous pass right there. Valk able to handle it. Cassidy can't get a foot to it. Monarchs get it right back, though. Here it comes into the box. Pressure coming on the right side. A crosser is deflected out of bounds. That'll be a shot off of the foot from Katie Lutz. Streaking in. Deflected out, is going to go to a corner kick. First one of the game for either squad. First shot of the game for either squad. Not on goal, but it counts. So to the corner, it'll be Riley Mullen to take it, Old Dominion's leading scorer. White footer, swinging out from the goal. Cooley gets a header, and it goes in!
Oh my God.
Just enough height, it gets over the mitt of this serve, and it goes in! Just the way you draw it up. Off the service from Mullen, Cooley got ahead. Just over the outstretched fingertip of DeSerb, who could not get to it. She did get a finger on it, but not quite enough. So the Monarchs did something they could not do in the last meeting between these two, and that is solve Sophia DeSerb. They did not score against her in that game. That'll be the second assist on the season for Riley Mullen. Ashlyn Kulia will pick up goal number 2 on the year for Kulia. So the Monarchs strike first. The first shot equals the first corner kick and the first goal. (36-27). Left here in the first half. We'll check the timing on the official timing on the goal, but the important thing is it's a score on the board. DeSerb under pressure again, almost taken away. Over to the left side, knocked out of bounds. Edwards was the Monarch putting pressure on, but it's going to go off of her and be a goal kick. So DeSerb will set it up, and it'll be taken. Played kind of slowly back, and that's dangerous right there. It was almost another turnover. DeSerb working with Fisher back there, not quite on the same page. Loose, knocked around. Dukes will take it. Cassidy up ahead, trying to find Suarez. Down into the corner it goes. Suarez does run it down, but it'll be a throw for the Monarchs. Jamie Swartz, senior, 5'5", defender and forward. So forward in that instance. She has been playing back most of the early going in this game, but that time she was up front, in front of the rush. Old Dominion to throw it in, and goes right to Swartz. Here's a shot, a bouncing ball in on goal. Handled pretty well by Goodrich. Bouncers can be tricky sometimes, but you saw that one all the way. Through ball up ahead is knocked down and taken by Old Dominion. Here's Mullen. Mullen on the right side. Riley Mullins charging. Riley Mullen goes down. No call. Cassidy was the defender tangled up. Well, they do get the call. All right, a little bit late. No card, just the free kick. But in a dangerous spot for the Monarchs. It'll be Balcazar to take the kick. Tangled up with the legs a little bit, maybe. Maybe she went down a little easier than normally she might have. Balcazar to take it for the Monarchs. Putting it into the box. Out in front looking for Kula. Couldn't get it to her and almost tipped in on the backside by McIntarfer, but deflected out of bounds. Good opportunity. Results in a goal kick. A little weird last time with this goal kick. The communication between Fisher and DeSerb was a little bit off. DeSerb laying it over to the left side for Fisher. Into the middle, and it's taken away. Monarchs are right there. Shot was knocked down. That was Edwards who picked it off. Here's another shot from the outside, and a touch and a save from DeSerb. From deep. Balcazar to Thriso, I think, got the shot off. DeSerb. Well, thought she got a hand on it, but it is going to be ruled a goal kick, so that ball was just wide. So check that, never mind. Not a save. Cassidy in trouble, surrounded by Monarchs, taken away by Balcazar. Back into the middle. McCormick had it. McCormick will lose it. Knocked back to DeSerb. She will take it on her own, play it forward. Ball popped up, and the Dukes have been having a difficult time getting out of their own end. A few dangerous looks when they've gotten into the Monarchs' end, but they've had a hard time getting off their own goal line. A couple of these goal kicks have wound up going nowhere for them. Lutz was in a little bit of a battle. Gave it up, deflected off of Old Dominion. It'll be a JMU throw. Play too far ahead. It'll roll in. Goldrich will knock it right back out of bounds. So Yang will throw it in. It comes right back to her. She will play it back. Trying to play it back to Valk. Gets past her, and maybe they were trying to play it back to Valk. Either way, DeSerb was there. Knocked loose again, and again, JMU having a hard time getting out of their own end. All the white shirts around the ball. Still knocked loose. McCormick had it. Near side, here's Mullins. Mullins trying to spin, looking for help. Knocked loose, she gets it back again. Left side, Mullins into the box. Mullins into the center. Passes slid and taken away. Good job defensively. I think that was Arndt who came in sliding in a big collision there. Balcazar, when Lackey. Balcazar is still down. Training staff is, well, the clock is still rolling. Here's the collision. Kind of looked like Likely got the worst of that if you, well, on the replay, but she popped up quickly. Balcazar a little bit slower. Free kick Dukes. They will reset to see if they can find some way to get through this Monarch front pressure. And it'll come back to DeSerb. Over to the near side for Greca. Back to DeSerb. There's holes there. If they can find them, they could be dangerous balls. There's not a whole lot back for Old Dominion. Everybody putting pressure on up front. Looking for some open space. They can't find it. Balcazar got it. Right side. Into the box again it goes. Is knocked loose. Still free. And will be cleared out of there. I think Cassidy is the one who got the foot on it to knock it out. Pressure coming again from Lutz. Monarchs will have possession, though. McIntarfer will trigger this in. Into the chest of Edwards, who knocks it down. Still free. McIntarfer plays it forward again. Up ahead to Edwards. Edwards can't get to it, and it's going to be a goal kick. .28.5 to go here in half number one. One goal on the board. It came off the head of Ashlyn Kula on a corner kick, and a ball fed in from Riley Muller. Still the only corner of the game for either side. More pressure. This has been slanted heavily towards DeSerb, the JMU keeper, all half so far. And that one's going to be another kick coming up. So again, it'll be DeSerb and Fisher, although she comes to the right side this time to Greka. And Greka will play it into DeSerb. They've done this on every goal kick, and they have yet to really gain anything from it. DeSerb plays it to the other side. Head ball now, trying to find some space. Nothing doing for Auroch. Back to Cassidy. Cassidy along the right side. Here's a little bit of space. Suarez is over there, but that one's too far out in front of her. Coming across to clean it up is Lackey. Into the corner it goes. It's still free. Lackey's got it. Ball into the box. Knocked down into the box. Turned around. Can't get a shot off. Do get a shot off. Back out high for Arndt, who puts it on the ground. And Goldrich is there to gobble that up like a shortstop. A little bit of pressure for the Dukes that time. Two shots on for JMU, 4 shots on the board for the Monarchs. Goldrich to play it ahead. More collisions. Told you this could get a bit touchy, a bit physical. Old Dominion with 7 yellow cards, 10 yellow cards to only 2 for the Dukes. They've taken 10 yellow cards and have only received 2. So they're not afraid to mix it up and get after you, and these two know each other well. Thrice, though, a little flip off the front foot. That's going to go too far for anyone to get a hold of. It'll go out of bounds. Fisher will retrieve for the Dukes. We'll set up another goal kick. Took them a while last time, but they finally found a little bit of a hole. They found room to get it up ahead to Jamie Swartz, and when Swartz got a hold of it, she held it up in time for Lackey to get over there. First real pressure the Dukes have been able to put on in a while. See if they can find somewhere to go with it this time. Midfield it goes, playing the ball ahead, looking for Arndt. Arndt was there for the answer. She's got it. Looking to get around Hill. Hills is all over her, though. And Hills will win that out of bounds. It'll stay as a corner for JMU, though. So good pressure from Arndt. First corner kick of the night for the Dukes. It'll come off the foot of Jeanette Fieldson. Directing traffic. Right footer swinging it in towards the box. It's headed by the Monarch defense. Kicked outside. Lackey is coming to get it. Can't get to it. Check it. That's Arndt. There's Lackey. Now back to Arndt. Into the box it goes, looking for Fieldson. Couldn't quite control it. Arndt with another shot that does not get through, gets blocked. Second one is flipped up out of bounds and not touched by anyone, so it'll be a goal kick for the Monarchs. Pressure coming the last few minutes for the Dukes. Once they've gotten it out of their own end, they've put pressure deep into the Monarch territory. Just haven't been able to do it that often. Starting to even up a little bit now. There's Christic playing it up ahead, but it's picked off by Suarez. Into the air midfield. There's Mullins shielding off the much larger Arndt. Or Valk, check it. Tipped back to Valk. Fisher plays it back to DeSerb. Pressure coming. Better watch out. Edwards was flying in. Monarch's game plan tonight seems to not let DeSerb just sit there. They're going to come after her and make her do something with it. Lackey had it, lost it. It'll be deflected out of bounds. Throw in for the Dukes. Swartz gets it in. And move it around the back line a little bit. Little over 23 minutes to go in half number one. Here's Balcazar for the Monarchs. Again, intercepting it in JMU territory. Trying to feed that one through, looking for Edwards. That one's cut off, though. Thriso will play it back. Lutz moves it ahead. Here into the boxes. Mullins, little tip shot back outside. Trying to go to McCormick. Did not get all of it. May have got deflected on the way through. Held it by DeSerb easily for that one. Five shots on goal for Old Dominion, 3 shots for JMU. This one out into touch. So 2 preseason all Sun Belt Conference players for the Dukes in the starting lineup. Jenny Lackey being the first. And DeSerb the second. Lackey out of Manchester, England. 5'11", so she uses that size, that height well. 12 goals and 10 assists last season for Lackey. DeSerb will handle this one. Over to Fisher on the left side. Just over 21 minutes in the half. So far, all Lackey has done this season is lead her squad with 6 goals and 3 assists. Twice she has scored 2 times, braces and back-to-back matchups against George Mason and William and Merritt. Sort of quiet in this one a little bit. She's standing there, ready to play defense, but that seems to be their style. She's quiet until she isn't, and then all of a sudden, the isn't is in the back of the net. Duke's trying to find some space on the left side. Knocked down by Balcazar. Monarchs will take it away. Edwards is putting more pressure on. She keeps chasing him down. Dukes will handle it. Cross it over. Here is Greica. Moving it forward up ahead. Here is Fieldson. Had Swartz with her, but could not make the connection. Balcazar down again with a collision. Free kick upcoming for the Monarchs. Balcazar's been down a few times tonight. She's got it in the middle against Cassidy. Turns, looks up for Thriso. On the near side. Off the foot of Christook, trying to get it in deep to Mullins and could not do it. Here's Mullen again. That one went right to her feet. Into the box, Mullen. Shot on goal. Snatched out of the air, though, by DeSerb. Old Dominion hanging around. A lot of turnovers. Sloppy passes from JMU, and the Monarchs are taking advantage of it. That was really dangerous. On the foot of the leading scorer at point-blank range, that is not where you want to give it to. At least not if you're a Dukes fan. Out wide to the right side. Looking for Swartz. Swartz has it under control into the box. Looking for a swinger. Trying to put a little bit of spin on that one. Lackey couldn't get it to curl back in, though. Goal kick for the Monarchs and Goldrich. McIntarfer. Back to the center it goes for Kula. Monarchs looking for a seam here somewhere. Good sized crowd here for these two on this night. Up ahead, space. Can she run it down? Cannot quite get to it. Crystal about a foot and a half too short to reach that one. Lackey had it, lost it. Into the center it goes. Edwards on the far side with a pass. And Lutz with the hard attack is going to almost got the corner turned but couldn't, and it'll be a kick for JMU. The subs coming in. At least one for the Old Dominion side at the next break. Knocked down again, into the middle it goes. One-on-one spinning into the box, popped up in the air as Edwards again puts more pressure on. She has been paying rent inside the JMU 18-yard box tonight. There's the break, and here comes the sub. Economopoulos will be coming in. And coming out will be Riley Mullen. So Mullen out, Economopoulos in. The Serb will knock it forward. Lackey couldn't quite control that one. It's still loose. Balcazar in the middle. Edwards dangerous in there, but controlled and played back by Volt to DeSerb. Back to Volt. Another turnover in the middle of the field. Here comes McCormick. We'll drop it off. Balcazar looking for some space. Monarchs had some numbers, but the stall may have taken that away. Crosser coming in towards the box. Header on the way. Knocked down and knocked away. Economopoulos right in. First touch she gets is almost into the back of the net. Pretty good stop by DeSerb on that one. Another sloppy pass, another takeover. Balcazar has it. Economopoulos will try it into the box. Too far in front. It comes right back to it. Another shot, and it's just too high. That is back-to-back shots from Ashley Economopoulos. Now you're talking point-blank range, right off the foot, just on the bounce, a little bit too much under it. And over the crossbar it goes. And DeSerb has been busy tonight. They'll play another one. Monarchs almost taking it away. Ooh, big collision there. McCormick, that might have been friendly fire. She's all right and up and running, though. Fieldson has a problem with 3 Old Dominion jerseys around her. Economopoulos. Edwards could not control the pass, though. With Yang looking for somewhere to go with it in the middle. Back to Yang. It'll be played back to the defense. Skareka will leave it for to serve. Just under 14 minutes here in half number one. Knocked loose again. Here's Christook on the left side. Monarchs again with it in deep JMU territory. Christook, pretty good move. Left footer into the box, knocked down. Still free. The Econopolis couldn't do anything to it. Cleared out. Right back to work, though. Here comes McCormick into the middle. McCormick fires. It's just wide. Sneaky shot. Had an angle on it. DeSerb was over there. That'll be called a goal kick. She did not get a touch on it. Subs come in for JMU. It'll be Potter, Brooke Potter, who will be entering the game for JMU. Subs making their way into the game as we've gotten into the back half of the first half. 1-0 a score. That's coming off of the head of Ashlyn Kulia on a corner kick set up by Riley Mullen. Anna Morgan coming in. And Edwards will have a seat as well as Balcazar. Goldrich will take care of that bounding ball, no problem. Kula over to the right side. Mishandled there. It'll go out of bounds for a throw for JMU. Off of Hills. Pretty good weather out here today. A few clouds, but the temperature is about exactly what you'd want it to be for any kind of athletic event. 73 degrees. Sun is out. Sun is setting, but is out. 9 shots on goal for the Monarchs to 4 for the Dukes. Again, the Dukes back in their own territory will lay it off for DeSerb. Going ahead, trying to find Lackey. Knocked down instead by Kula. Playing it up ahead to Swartz. Knocked loose again. Fieldson kind of let that one get past her. Going to roll all the way down into Monarch territory. Picked up there by McIntyre. She'll play it up ahead. Thriso. Christook. Lost it, out of bounds. It'll be a throw for the Dukes, and more subs coming in. This time for JMU. It'll be Ellie Farrell coming in. And looks like she is taking the place of Jeanette Fieldson. Ball is popped straight up in the air, knocked down. Here is Lackey. Lackey dangerous. Looking for somewhere to go with it. We'll drop it back off to Swartz. Into the middle it goes. And across. Here's Arndt outside. Arndt trying to find room inside. Ball is tipped in the air by Potter, who just came in a couple minutes ago. Knocked loose. It will find its way out of bounds off of the Dukes. It'll be a throw with just under 10 minutes to go in half number one. It is Farrell who just came in for the Dukes. Got a touch on that one. Monarchs will come away with it. Long ball played way up ahead. And here comes Christook. She will run it down. Into the middle it goes. Just into the game for the Monarchs. Looking for space, can't find any. But it's taken away. Morgan putting all kinds of pressure on. Hannah Morgan just checking in for the Monarchs. Got a couple of touches in the center, putting pressure on to serve. They do get it out, though. Kula with the head intercepts that pass. Hills will knock that forward. Just under 8.5 to go. Laid back for Goodrich. We'll play it up ahead. Midfield, knocked down. Cassidy will control it and drop it back. Fisher on the left side, back to Vault. Falk to the near side. Here's Graken trying to play one ahead to Swartz. Swartz will run it down into the corner. Contact. Shoving match between Swartz. The two fives going at it. Swartz and McIntyre. It'll be one eventually back out to the middle. Old Dominion will control. Here's Potter. That'll be dropped back. Falk to Fisher. Kreka will play it into the middle. Here's Arndt now, the former Monarch, with it through the midfield. Into Monarch territory. Lackey trying to feed one through and gets one through. Ball is tipped loose. Good thought, could not connect though. It was Potter sitting in the middle. Lackey was trying to find. She got a foot to it but could not turn with it. Big collision there. Play on, and now it's going to come back. Hannah Morgan, who went down for the Monarchs, and I think that was Cassidy, who was involved in the collision for the Dukes. It'll come back to that spot and be a kick for Old Dominion. Christook is set to take this free kick. It's coming into the box. It is tipped off the Dukes and popped up in the air and way wide for Econopolis. More subs coming in. Quebec coming in, Katmeyer coming in, and Summers also coming in. Ball played ahead for JMU. Kula will play that back to Goldridge. Goldridge plays it up ahead again. Into touch it goes. More substitute. To the back line once more. It'll be DeSerp. Calms things down. Morgan coming right at her, though. Monarchs putting pressure on her. It was Edwards earlier. Now it's Morgan who's putting the pressure on. The ball on the right side. Morgan in the middle. Can't quite get to it, but it's popped up and taken down by DeSerp. That was Sydney Summers who snuck in on the left side behind everybody and almost put that one home. Think it may have been deflected on the way through by Greka. But it's going to go down as another shot. Now 10 shots on the board for the Monarchs in the first half. Here's Greka moving it up. And I think they're going to get her this time. Yeah, that was going to be on Grabo Thriso. A little bit of a grab on the back of the jersey as Ellen Farrell went down. Econopolis. Looking for space, will play it into open space and hoping she can get a run down on a race. But that's going to go out of bounds. Subs coming in for the Dukes now. Looks like Kirk is coming in. McKenna Kirk. Selma Rhea Gagas is coming in. So Rhea Kangas in for the Dukes. Ooh, right into Callahan. That was Monarchs, I think, wanted a handball on that. No call. Played off to the outside for Summers. Playing it back into the box, looking for Morgan. Collision there. Referee's letting everything play on. Thriso back up top, will drop it back. McIntarfer to the left side. Trying to find Morgan, and it is knocked out and cleared by Greca. .2:30 to go in half number one. Monarchs on top 1-0. An early goal in this one off the first corner kick of the game. McIntarfer to throw. Towards the front of the box. Econopolis had a foot on it and a big collision in front. Out wide for Old Dominion. Telmer had it and lost it out of bounds. So it'll be a play for a throw for JMU. Fisher, no, it'll be a kick for JMU. Sorry. Fisher will take it quickly. Ball played up ahead, trying to find space on the right side. Could not do it. Monarchs knocked it down. Under control. Morgan chests that one down in between two defenders, and a nice move by Morgan through the middle. Ball up ahead, though, intended for Econopolis, was picked off. Lackey with a nice feed, but taken away. Trying to get that one through to Ellen Farrell. Headed in the air, here's at Econopolis. On the right side, looking for help. Into the box it goes, and a kick is going to be deflected out of bounds. That shot will be knocked out. Under a minute to go now. It'll be a corner for Old Dominion, the same spot they scored from. Well, let's see if they're going to take their time with this and see if they can take this clock down as much as they can and get a clean look off. It'll be Kapsmeyer to take this corner. Finya Kapsmeyer. Right footer. The German is set. Here's the foot. High kick into the box is knocked up into the air by the Dukes. Headed back out. 10 seconds left. Monarchs playing one last one back in towards the serve. Knocked up, and that will do it for half number. Kazart will handle the kickoff duties for the Monarchs, and off we go. Thriso puts one deep. Mullen with a little pressure, but it just bounces in on one hop to DeSerb, who will handle it easily. On the right side, knocked around. Orak for the Dukes. A little pressure. Ball over the top. Yang trying to run it down for the Dukes. She's going to have to outrun the Monarchs to get to it. Kapmeyer got there, but lost it. Still fighting for it. Into the corner it goes. Knocked out of play. It'll be a throw in for the Dukes as Yang sets it up. Knocked loose and there's contact. This is going to be a kick for Old Dominion, and it's going to be in a dangerous spot. Be two-man wall or two-person wall, two-woman wall in front. Leah Arndt set to take it, the former Monarch, trying to do damage against her old team. A lot of purple headed towards the front of the box. Crosser coming in is knocked down, deflected a couple of times. Squirts free and will be stopped on the line and cleared by the Monarchs. Another possession for JMU to throw it in. Knocked loose, out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for Old Dominion. So pressure coming early from JMU, trying to answer everything that was thrown at them in that first half, trying to tilt the pitch back the other direction. Goldrich handling it so far. Kapmeyer staying in at the half along with Quebec for the Monarchs. They were subs that came in the first half and will stay on to start the second. A bit of a hip check there, but there's the whistle. So Edwards got knocked to the ground. Fouls in the first half. Monarchs had 6. Dukes had 3. Monarchs will set this up. Here's Quebec to the near side. Trying to get it to Kapmeyer. Into the corner it goes. Bit of a scrap for it, and it's going to go out, and the flag pointing towards the Monarchs, so they'll set it up there. Hills will come forward to throw it in. Into Quebec. They're going to push all the way back. Quebec will come across streaking to pick that up. Sends it over to the left side. McIntyre plays it in. This is Mullen driving, heading, and just wide. Sneaking in from the backside, got the head on it, deflected it, but just too far outside. DeSerb with a sigh of relief. People get set for another goal kick. I want to say that was Christock who was driving and serving that into Mullen, who was driving in the net. Knocked loose again. Down goes Mullen, back up now. Charging into the corner, trying to win one out of bounds, and she will do it. It's knocked off of Fisher, who was grinding away in there. So Hills to play it in, and comes right back to her. Goes to the right, nice ball inside. Got past the first, but not quite the second, and it's knocked down what? So it's going to stay dead in. It'll be another corner. Summers was sneaking in the backside. Just couldn't quite get to that one on the far post. Summers another one who stayed in at halftime. Here's Kapmeyer to set it up. Pena Kapmeyer sends it into the box, and it clears everybody and goes straight out of bounds. Had a lot of hook on that one, but too high for anything. So Fisher will play it in. DeSerb taking her time, quarterbacking things. This goal kick strategy, they're consistent with it. Not sure how effective it's being because, again, it leads to another turnover as Mullen has it. Riley Mullen on the right side. Inside Quebec deflected that one a little bit too far wide. Back up top now, into the center it goes. Quebec has it there. Retreats a little bit, drops it back over for Thriso. Thriso leaves it to the left side. Trying to slip one through. They do get one through. Ball fed into the middle. Defended well, screened off there, and that's going to be a whistle against the Monarchs. They had that wall set up, a two-woman wall in place, and Summers tried to go over the top of it and got called for it. To serve, here comes pressure. She does get rid of it. Feed it through, but again, it's going to be a turnover. Thriso has it. Thriso leaving it off for Summers. Summers deflected that one off of Yang. Still free. Arndt back to Yang. Back over to Arndt. And it's going to go off of her foot and be a deep throw in for Old Dominion. So the pressure that JMU was able to put on the beginning of this half has wilted, and it's all Old Dominion since then. Probably couldn't run that one down. Pretty good defensive job there. Fieldson got in the way. Thriso to the left side. We'll drop it off there. 37 minutes here to go in half number 2. Hills into Quebec. Quebec in trouble. We'll drop it back off. Fieldson is all over Quebec. Summers will play it up ahead, and it'll go off of JMU. Mullen thought about a quick throw, but decided against it, and we'll leave it to Hills as they get more numbers going forward. Throw in, right back to Hills, gets it over. Dropped one off for Summers, and that is knocked loose, out of bounds. It'll be another throw. Dukes to take the throw. It'll be Yang to trigger it. She gets it in. Right back to her, and she will clear it deep, but not deep enough. Height advantage for Thriso over Fieldson. Comes right back into it. Here's Balcazar, top of the box. Drops it off. Quebec with it. Trying to play point guard. Goes to the opposite side, and that is deflected and knocked out of bounds. It'll be a throw in off the foot of Jamie Swartz. Katmeyer will pick it up and then drop it and leave it. It'll be thrown in towards her. Into the box it goes. A nice turn. A pass out in front. That was deflected back out. Here is Thriso from way deep, and that is wide. So 15 shots on the board for the Monarchs. They had, 10, I think, in the first half. 11 shots. They're up to 15 now, and the Dukes still stuck at 4. Here's Katmeyer, is going to trigger another corner. It's been all light blue clad Monarchs here in the second half. Except for early going, the first 3 or 4 minutes, the Dukes had a little bit of pressure. Since then, they've been on the back foot here. Katmeyer, the right foot. Try to swing this one in. That's in the air towards Kula. Got a head on it. Was deflected back out. Looking for her second. Not to be that time, though. Edwards fires one across. That is knocked down. It comes back to Quebec. Edwards, soft toss into the box. Is too wide, though. And Discernment will just let that one go. Trying to get a little bit of pressure off of them with these goal kicks, but they haven't been able to get it out of their own zone all night with these kicks. Well, they're going to set it up again. DeSerb will take it from Grega and go right back to her. Pressure coming again, almost taken off the foot of DeSerb. They get it through. Arndt will chip it in the middle. Fieldson not able to get to it in time, and the Monarchs will take it again. Balcazar near side. Here's Riley Mullen into the box. Mullen on the right side. Looking for help. Will get a corner kick. She earns it, getting a deflection off of Abby Fisher. 16 shots and another corner coming up. Looks like subs coming in for JMU. They're trying to find a way to get out of their own end. Kapmeyer on the other side this time. He's going to put an outswinger on it. She's directing traffic. Here's the kick. Into the box it goes, and he got a whistle before that came down. And the flag was up. So DeSerb will set it up again. Can they get it over midfield? Again, they play it short. It looks like something the Monarchs knew they were going to do. They knew they were going to do these short goal kicks, and their plan was to attack it and cause havoc, and they have. Here is Lackey. First time we've called her name the entire second half, and Thriceau just took it away from her. Balcazar through the middle. Off to the right side for Mullen. They will drop it back and get bodies forward as Hills will take it. Summers in a battle with Yang. Knocked loose. Monarchs will maintain possession again. Kula with it in the middle. Playing quarterback here, directing traffic. Back and forth, looking for a seam to exploit. He's going to try to go over the top. It's knocked down by Edwards. Still loose. Past Balcazar. Edwards steps over the top of the on the ground. Cassidy, who got knocked down. Fisher almost had it, lost it. Here we go into the middle. It is knocked down and safe by DeSerb and cleared. Almost a disaster for JMU. DeSerb came up huge for her squad when they needed her most and just jumped out and smothered that chance. She wasn't named conference preseason keeper of the year for nothing. Reads it well, comes out and just jumps all over it. I think that's Mullen, or is that Edwards who was in? It was Edwards, who never really got a foot to it. DeSerb gambled and it paid off. Meanwhile, back at the other end, the Monarchs have once again taken control. This time they lose it, though. Into the middle it goes for Arndt. Arndt got it knocked away. Here's Quebec on the right side. Keeping it away from Jordan Yang. But did not keep it away from Fisher. Into touch it goes, and here is the sub that's trying to be made for the last couple of minutes. They're finally going to get a chance to get her in now. It is Selma Rhea Kangas in again. So Rhea Kangas in. And the ball taken away by Hills. Into Edwards. Lost it. Hills gets it back. Trying to feed it through to Mullen. Can't get it through. Fisher will play it back to her keeper. Up ahead it goes. Coolio just plays that one down. Hills looking for a seam. Trying to get it through, and it's knocked up in the air and out off of Oruk. It'll be a throw for the Monarchs. Under 30 to go here in the second half. Under 29 to go here in the second half in about 3 seconds. 1-0 Monarchs. Early score put on the board in the first half by Kula. Header off a corner. Knocked loose and out. It'll belong to Old Dominion. Heavily tilted possession for the Monarchs in this one. The Dukes have had a hard time getting it out of their own end, taking short goal kicks. And just intense pressure from the ladies in white. Thriso knocks that one into the air. Possession for the Dukes. They got Arndt now for a little bit of space for the first time in this half, it feels like. Arndt playing it up ahead. Ulrich will play it over to Yang. Nice back heel. Unfortunately, could not get it through to Arndt. Up ahead it goes. Fisher will try to run that down, but it's knocked up in the air. She can't quite get to it, and it'll be taken by Edwards. Flip over the top for Edwards and knocked down. Good job defensively, as Valk came back across and snuffed that chance out. Still with it, though. Into the middle. Flip over the top is too far out in front for anybody to get to it. It'll be cleared by Fisher into the left side, but not out. Thriso looking for space, going to work in the middle. Gets it to Edwards on the far side now. Ketmeyer from distance, curling that one in. It looked like she had Mullen on a charge, could not connect. Some more subs coming in on both sides. McCormick in for the Monarchs, in for Quebec. And I think I saw Lizzie Gillen coming in for JMU. Well, that one gets through a couple of players. Nobody's able to pick it up, and charging is Hills into the right side. Can't find any help, though. It was played forward by Fielden. Hills to trigger the throw for Old Dominion. Long throw, trying to get it to Balcazar. Is knocked and taken away. And a whistle. If Callahan went down again. Or Cassidy. Free kick coming for the Dukes. Best opportunity they've had in a while. It'll be set up by Emily Greca. He'll play it to the far side. Battle over there. And it's going to be won by JMU for a throw. And it comes. Tipped, shot from the outside, taken and swallowed up by Goldrich. In place for that one. Might have been Valk that got that shot off. Either Valk or Rhea Kangas is hard to tell sometimes. Thriso plays that back for the Monarchs. They will reset. Pressure coming from Lackey, who has been quiet here tonight. A couple of chances in the first half, but here in the second so far, not a lot going. More subs coming in on both sides. Kanonopoulos coming back in for the Monarchs. And Ellie Farrell coming back in for the Dukes, I believe. as well as Potter, I believe, is also back on the pitch for JMU. Well, when we get started again, it'll be a throw for JMU. Rhea Kangas to trigger this one. Inbounds, but again, Duke's having a hard time getting any momentum, trying to keep it away from anybody in a white shirt. They can't. Monarchs have it again. Pressure is deep. Here is shot from the outside and knocked down. The Serb jumps on top of it. It's Christuk, I think, that got the foot on that one. It fired it in. The Serb knocks it down and jumps on top of it. Another save for her. She has been busy tonight, keeping her team hanging around. It's still a one-goal game. Monarchs again with it turned over. Here is Summers on the right side. Crosser is knocked down. Loose. Yang would try to run it down but can't get to it in time. Summers will get it back. Rhea Kanga in a battle on the left side for JMU will come away with it. Duke's looking for space. It's Farrell who had it and will drop it back. Greka plays it back to DeSerb and they'll move it around again. Right side pass intercepted. Knocked down. Dukes will get it right back though. Up ahead, here is Yang with a chance. Yang out in front of everybody. No whistles. Flag not going to come up. Back to Yang, trying to go right back to the middle, and it's deflected up and out. Yang looked like she may have had a chance for a shot, but tried to feed it back in again. A lot of threats, but nothing doing for JMU. Best opportunity they have had the entire second half, though. Cooley directing traffic in the middle. Up ahead it goes. Econolopolis had it. He'll play it back around some more. Here's McCormick. Ahead to Summers. Knocked down. Yang shielding her off. DeSerb will just scoop it up. Counting down towards 20 minutes left in this one. Another short goal kick for Greka. Arndt had it, got it under pressure, can't get rid of it, trying to find somewhere to go with it. Farrell had it, still has it, now drops it back off. Almost a dangerous turnover. It's just over the bar. Good look at that one. Just a little bit too high. Off the foot again of Christuk. Katmeyer is going to go out, and it'll be Katie Lutz coming back in for the Monarchs. Katmeyer had a couple of good runs, a couple of good service balls in on corner kicks. The Serb is setting things up again as we are under 20 minutes to go here in this match. In the middle it goes. Throiso knocks it down, but knocks it right to JMU. Picked up there. I'm going to go out of bounds into touch. JMU to throw it in, trying to find somewhere to go with it. Rhea Kangas does eventually get it in and finds space and finds a pretty good body in Lackey to get it to. Over the top looking for Lang. Yang knocks it down, tries to get after it. Pretty good defense by Kula. That one is knocked down and taken back the other direction by McCormick. So she goes down. There's going to be a stoppage here and a free kick to the Monarchs. Might get Volk on that one. A pretty good charge and hip check put on there. That was Greca, Emily Greca for the Dukes. Kula back for the Monarchs, playing this one deep. Hills will come back and retreat. Pressure coming by Arndt, and another collision. Balcazar involved in this one for the Monarchs. Cassidy. Those two, Cassidy and Balcazar, have been on the ground half the time in this game in the middle of the field. There's some banging going on in midfield. A little bit too quick on the reset. It says Mark Remsa, our official tonight. Monarchs playing it back. McCormick to Kula. And Kula to the right side. Balcazar on her feet this time. We'll play it forward. And a pretty good forward ball. Looking for Economos. Can't quite get it. It goes outside and is knocked down, but controlled by JMU. Just under 17 minutes to go in the half in the game. Old Dominion up 1. This could be a big one by the time the season settles out in the conference standings. Both of these teams coming in with 4 wins apiece and 0-1 records in the conference. They could find themselves near the top of the conference. So a head-to-head win could go a long way towards the end of the season. Collision with Lutz, who went down. Ball ahead. Trying to get chased down. Eventually is by Potter. And it's going to go out and be a throw. We've got subs coming in, though. But that's going to be a kick. No, it'll be a throw for Old Dominion, but subs coming in. Looks like Balcazar is going out and Telmer coming back in. So Madison Telmer in and Andy Balcazar to the bench. Throw for the Monarchs results in a throw for JMU. Yang will take it, and that results in a throw for the Monarchs. So we're just going back and forth. Half is going by pretty quickly here this second half. It's only already 15 minutes. Not a whole lot of stoppages here in this half. As Hills looks for somewhere to go with the ball. Popped up in the air. Still loose. Cleared out by Kula. It's going to be a throw for JMU. Jordan Yang triggers it in. Off of her. Comes right back to her. Up top to Greca. Greca will play it back. They cycle it around on the back line, trying to organize themselves up front. Charging on the left side. Rhea Kangas is over there. That's going to go out and will be a throw for JMU. They're trying to get it quickly. It's Rhea Kangas again. And that's going to go off of her towards Old Dominion. Kareka trying to catch her breath. They've been doing a lot of defending back there. Like loose here is Arndt in the middle. Arndt trying to get it through. Tipped and cleared out by the Monarch defense. JMU putting a little bit of pressure on here. They have mounted some possession time. Trying to find an equalizer. Quickly they get it in again. Crosser looking for Yang in the box. Yang gets ahead to it, and it's wide, but not wide enough. Goldrich able to run that down, and what I mean by not wide enough is that it wasn't wide enough to get past her. It was going to be inside the post, but not wide enough to get past the goalkeeper. Kulo plays this ahead, but too far ahead. And it goes right to Valk. But here's Christook, who took it right back away for the Monarchs. Played up ahead. Knocked loose. Kula in a battle with Lackey. Lackey's got it. Nice move there by Lackey to go around Hills. Still has possession. Lackey setting up the right foot, cutting into the middle. Knocked down there and clean tackle. No whistle from our official. Lackey is still down, holding her shin. Meanwhile, the Dukes have possession again. Here's Yang with it. Feeding it through. Trying to get it to Arndt. Going to go out for a throw for the Monarchs, and the stoppage is we're going to have a substitution coming in as Quebec is coming back in. McCormick will have his seat, and Laura Quebec coming back in. Throw goes to Quebec and will be deflected right back to Old Dominion. Throw for JMU. Goes right back out again. Yang got a piece of that, but it stays with Old Dominion. Econopolis kept hold of it. Monarchs playing back and forward. Here's Quebec again in the midfield. Under 12 to go in the game. Little shove there, and that one's going to get called right in front of the official. Not going to get away with that one. I think that was Swartz. It'll be a kick for the Monarchs. Top of the box. Looking for space, looking for room. Shot on from way outside. Thriso got the foot to that one, but yet again, DeSerb has the answer. Problem is, DeSerb has not been able to find any help to get it out once she does get control of it. And it'll be kicked straight out of bounds and another throw for the Monarchs. Under 11 to go. Hills comes up to throw this in. Worked over towards the far side. Driving up with it from defense, still driving, still has it, knocked loose, still got it though. And now knocked out of bounds for JMU. A lot of space in the middle, but a lot of white shirts are filling most of it. JMU trying to get some kind of possession to get it out of their end. Been the story of the night so far. And here is Thriso taking it away again for Old Dominion. Leaving it into the middle. Knocked loose. Back towards DeSerb. She will serve that one right back out. Finds a purple shirt. Rhea Kangas. Knocked down. More pressure coming. Driving towards the net. Econopolis takes a shot. Goes down, but play on, says the referee. Andrew wants a flag. We don't have flags. Well, we do have flags, but they're not thrown on the field in soccer. Econopolis gets that one taken away. He wants a penalty is what he wants inside the box for a penalty. You can't throw a flag. If you throw the flag in soccer, then it gets confusing because then nobody knows if the ball is out of bounds or offside. Back up top here is Thriso with it. Left foot into the middle it goes. Still free, back to Thriso into the middle, knocked down. Kristook trying to find space, gets over top of her head. Spiked way up into the air. Thriso gets a head on it. Knocked down by Lutz and passes through everybody. DeSerb will control it. We'll roll it out this time, see if they can find some more space. Still out on the wings, and the pressure for Old Dominion has not let up. These outlets, they're just not open. There's nowhere to go with it for the Dukes. Arndt trying to play one ahead. Finds Lackey, nice back heel kick, but can't find the intended target. Quebec will have it. She will play it back. Chula. Driving far side, Old Dominion. Looking for space, and that one is cleared out by volley. A little bit of pressure now. Here comes the JMU. Knocked free, though. It was Potter who was driving with it. Dukes will maintain control. Here's Lackey. Gets it across. Arndt with it. Arndt driving. Finds Yang on the near side. Yang will drop it back to Arndt again. And JMU wanted a push, I think, on Thriso. Arndt is trying to stretch it out. Lots of subs coming in. Edwards is coming back in. Mullen back in for Old Dominion. Looks like Rhea Kangas is going to the bench for the Dukes, as Kristook has a seat for the Monarchs. Coming up on 7 to go here. Popped up into the air, and here's Edwards right back into the game. Her first touch knocks it down at a midfield, and will gain control for Old Dominion as they clear it down. DeSerb again under pressure. You can sort of say that over and over again all night. It's Mullen that time who was charging at her. Went out of bounds right at the foot of Joshua Walters. He's not happy about it. He's not allowed to play it. Now he's going to make more subs coming in. He goes instantly to Abby Fisher and calls her number off the bench. She will get into the next stoppage. Meanwhile, it is Lutz on the right side. Inside the box she goes. Big collision in the box again. Cleared out by the Dukes, though. That one is cleared over top of everybody. Rose Valk took a look at it and lets it go for a goal kick. And here is Fisher coming back in. And she will be coming in for Greca. Might be the first time Greca's had a seat all night. Other subs coming in as well for the Dukes. Well, no, those aren't subs. That's just Lackey getting some instructions from the bench and then coming back on the field. 5:30 to play. Monarchs out on top, 1-0. Thriso will leave it off here to the right side. Picked up by Lutz. Lutz in the corner working against Lackey and against Yang. Lackey's going to muscle it away and earn a throw. Lackey doing a good job defensively, shielding off the attacker. Keeps possession. Ball goes right through, though, right to Old Dominion. And Kulia will push it forward into touch for the Dukes, but out of danger for the moment. Long throw over the top of Oruk. Yang looked like she got a foot on that, but I guess she didn't. Instead, it was off of Telmer. So the Dukes throw it in. Mullen, they trying to feed her, and that one gets knocked down. She's a little gimpy as she gets up. Going to try to run that off.
Keep going in.
4 minutes left in regulation. Monarchs trying to hold on. Actually, the Monarchs look like they're trying to hold on at all. They look like they're trying to get another goal. Here is Kula popping it straight up into the air, and that'll go into touch out of play. Monarchs trying to get this win. If they do, it'll be the 100th in the career for Angie Hine. Currently up 1-0. Whistles now, and it's going to be just trying to determine where this throw is going to come in for Jordan Yang. She will get it in to Oruk, and that's popped up in the air. Misplayed slightly there by Fisher, but she gains control and plays it back in. Quebec lets this one bounce in front of her. Swartz got it over the top, and there's another shot, and then again, a Monarch is down on the ground. That looks like McIntyre. Maybe taking a shot in the gut, or at least on the hip, maybe. And they're going to stop the clock here for McIntyre as give her a couple of moments to recover. McIntyre back up, seems to be okay. 2:24 left. It'll be a kick for the Monarchs. McIntyre will set it up and take it herself. A lot of white shirts getting pushed further forward. She's going to try to pick out one of them. A little bit too strong that time. Arndt heads it down for JMU and knocks it ahead. Kula. Here's Lackey trying to put pressure on. Can't quite get to it. And again, Monarchs will hold possession. Almost hold possession. They give it over. Cleared far back up ahead, and Fisher will have to run this one down. We'll play it over into Deserve with 1:45 left on the clock. Fisher ahead, looking for Yang, knocked out of the air. Popped up ahead, trying to go to Auric. Auric playing ahead. Auric into the box, being shielded off by Hills, and Hills will turn and clear it out of bounds. It'll be a throw for JMU, but it's deep into Monarch territory. 1:25 to go. Throw quickly into Lackey. Left foot on it into the box, headed right back out. Duke's trying to chase it down. Here's Fisher. Lackey is down. May have gotten tangled up with Fisher. Back up slowly now. Ball is still loose. Dukes have it. Into the middle. 1 minute left. The countdown has begun. Fisher has it for the Dukes. We'll play it ahead. Popped up in the air. Still back at midfield. Knocked down. Deflected by Farrell. Near side. Monarchs trying to chase it down is Mullen, who gets a head on it, gets a foot on it, and trying to get around. Fisher could not, but it eats up a lot of clock. Less than 30 seconds to go now. In the air as Edwards will knock that down, and the flag was up. 15 seconds, though. They better hurry. Clock is not stopping. 10 seconds. Duke's playing ahead. Here's a chance. Lackey had it off the foot. It goes wide of Yang, barely. Lackey had it in the box.